Chat, I have something to confess. I have something to confess. Let me see. Chat, I have. Oh my gosh, it works. Chat. Okay. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Good Lord. I don't know how all of you didn't just leave, by the way. I don't know how all of you didn't just leave. That's crazy. I had my mic setting set wrong, which I've done this several streams before. Has to do with like mixer tracks and what is it? How you handle mixer tracks in OBS. Um, but yeah. Hi chat. Welcome to the stream. I explained a little bit of stuff on what I'm going to be talking about this stream. I am here to genuinely just vibe for a little bit, but I do also want to talk a little bit about some stuff that you guys may have seen pertaining to the channel stuff. Hey. Yeah. So, I'm just going to touch on that a little bit. And mostly, I think if none of you have happened to see it just yet, the community Discord is finally on its last legs. Now, listen, I feel as if it's kind of been a little long overdone for that Discord server to kind of meet its end. Strictly just because, as a lot of you who are in there probably figured, yeah, it's a little dead. It's a little dead in the water. I've been quite aware of it for a minute. But also, I wanted to take the opportunity while doing stuff with that to kind of talk a little more upfront about some plans that I have, okay? And this is in regards to changing some stuff around with the channel. Okay, it's a little more than changing stuff around. Let's just put it that way. But basically what I mean by this is for those who didn't see, first of all, moral of the story, the channel, not the channel, but the Discord server is going to be essentially getting archived. So I was originally going to be deleting it, but some people were like, hey, maybe archiving it potentially instead for memory's sake for the people who are a fan of it, you know, for the few years that the community Discord was up. And to that, I was like, yeah, that's actually a POG idea. That I POG over that idea profusely. And so what's going to be happening is on, I believe, December 17th. Is it the 17th? It is, in fact, the 17th. On December 17th, we are going to be archiving the Discord server, which essentially will just mean nobody can talk in it. Oh, happens. But I feel, again, as if it was kind of long overdue, kind of, you know, I felt as if it was a little long overdue and everything, and eventually had to be done. But again, I kind of also wanted to take initiation with that whole thing to be able to kind of start making some, you know, proper changes, because for those who don't know, for a while now I've actually been talking about kind of making changes over to new content creation avenues, things of that nature. And I feel as if now making the move on this is going to, I think, be a really good start to actually getting that properly done. Did also want to been thinking on naming a starter Pokemon after you. Any personal faves? So I'm not a big Pokemon person. Have always really enjoyed Mewtwo and like Meowth and like Pokemon of that sort. Squirtle is also great. But in all regards, I am not the biggest Pokemon person, so I couldn't really give you the biggest input on that. Oh, Quagsire as well. Dude, it's been a minute since Quagsire was brought up in the scope of everything. Quagsire is actually probably the biggest deal. But that being said, let me get a little more. I wanted to answer that. Like I was saying everything I was saying, and I saw that chat message, and I'm like, dude, I gotta read that off. But yeah, I wanted to take the stuff that we're doing with archiving this Discord server finally, because it's just kind of inactive, and people were asking me, are you going to be making a new one? No. I'm not going to be making a new one. Um, basically, what's gonna be happening is that this is kind of gonna be the start of initiating a huge change with moving over my content creation stuff and kind of starting anew, doing things of that nature. Now, I've talked about this periodically, mainly on these very occasional streams. I've talked about this very periodically and given more updates about it. I think at the beginning of talking about it, of course, I was very unsure of knowing how I wanted to go about it. Things of that nature. By the way, Wooper is your favorite Pokemon as base. They are funny looking. But essentially, I was very unconfident about this in the beginning. But essentially, I have now kind of, and I'm still, of course, deciding this. There's nothing that's very set in stone. But again, the first start to this whole switch over to everything is mainly going to be through the means of, archiving that Discord server. But here's the thing, chat. So what I was originally going to do when moving over to Twitch, moving over to content creation stuff, which I know talking about Twitch right now, by the way, at this exact moment, is probably really weird. Those new TOS changes, which, you may be wondering, like, why would you ever want to move over there after the current TOS stuff is going on? And it's because none of the stuff that I would do pertains to me being in the crossfire of any of that TOS stuff. So, for me, I don't pay any mind to it. Plus, everything that I'm going to be doing and going over there with is going to be starting as a hobby. Again, the whole purpose and the whole big thing of why I am doing all this is to kind of start anew. Because I think I talked about this on the last stream when I was discussing this, but everything that I've kind of done on this channel, I've kind of realized has been a weird little, like, diary of the past 9 years of my life, because I've mentioned this before, but I started this channel when I was 11. I started this channel when I was 11 back in 2015, and we are now here at December of 2023. I am now 20. So it's, there's been, there's a lot of documentation about this channel and about my life throughout it and everything of the sort. And so I've been thinking about the best way to make a transition over into new avenues that more properly pertain to what I want to do now. I'm a lot more matured, and I have a lot more ambitions that are still within the scope of content creation. By the way, they're very much still within the scope of content creation. But the things I want to do are much different than I think what all of you guys know me for. But essentially, what I was originally tossing around the idea of was originally, in order to kind of start anew and do everything in that, just, I guess, respect, I was going to be essentially just potentially announcing, hey, moving over to Twitch, and all my Twitch stuff would be on a different YouTube channel, and that would just be the end of it. I'd probably have a announcement video, things of that sort, and I would announce my Twitch here. And then I kind of had this weird evolution thing of like, well, if I really don't want my stuff to be known, or if I want to allow myself to be small for a bit, I would do everything that I just mentioned, minus announcing the Twitch page to you guys, which is nothing against you guys, but it was kind of just the mindset at the time. But there are some other, there was another avenue that, I've been talking a little more in the community Discord for the last little week it's been open, and something that was suggested by one of our mods was in regards to maybe just taking the avenue of allowing the videos and the history of everything that I've done to exist, but, essentially, okay, because it's a little hard to describe how this is going to go, because I also feel as if it's going to be a little nerve-wracking looking for you guys. But again, it will kind of potentially be an avenue that I'm looking into. but it's not guaranteed. So essentially, what I have been suggested, and I'm kind of open to this, to be perfectly real with you, is taking everything with the channel right now and essentially just privating everything. The videos still exist, but they, unfortunately, you guys will not be able to see them. And that is because this channel will potentially in the future be turned into more of the YouTube page hub highlights thing for my streaming stuff. And I guess anyone that is going to be interested in the journey at that point, you can follow the Twitch, whatever. And then anyone who's still very stuck to the idea of, corruptions, smash Google Translate, which, don't get me wrong, love everything I've done with those. But that is not what I'm going to be doing. So potentially, there's just going to be this little gray area thing for a minute of like, all of you guys as an audience are technically still subbed and everything. And I guess the people who aren't interested, which I presume would be a mass majority, they will be doing their unsubbing, things of that nature. And then the people who are interested in the stuff that I'm doing will be the ones left. Now, I am not set in stone going to be doing this. I'm still deciding, but that may be what we do. Of course, everything with the streaming stuff, it will still be over on Twitch. And the announcement for such a thing, and really announcing links and things of that nature, will maybe just reside on the pages that have more of the audience I am looking for. And surprisingly enough, you wouldn't believe it, it's actually Twitter, because for some reason the audience that seems to match my sort of demographic and where I am with my life and everything, it's Twitter, which feels weird to say, feels like it should be icky, but it's really not. A lot of you peeps who follow me on Twitter are really cool. We got a lot of LGBTQ folks over there, and it's really nice. It's a good hangout. It's a good vibe, things of that nature. So I don't know. Maybe there's a chance that I'll just announce it over there, or maybe I'll announce it here. If this is going to be where the highlights stuff is, who knows? Who knows? So, I don't know. I thought I'd inform you guys that is a lot of the plans that I kind of have. And, yeah. Still probably going to be making memes and performing game glitches. You know what I am going to say? So this is a big thing. And this is also a big thing I want you guys to know, as I kind of drift away potentially from what I've been doing for 9 years, is no matter what, I want to make it known to you guys that I am beyond appreciative, from the bottom of my heart, for being able to, I guess, be a figure in this scene. I don't like to believe that I'm a huge figure in the corruption scene or anything, but something that has always struck in me to my core in a good way, that I've always been really, really appreciative of is, since now there's kind of an adding system on YouTube, and you can kind of at people, and that's like a way of linking that, like, I got inspiration from at this channel, whatever, and, you click on it and it leads to a link to their channel, everything of that sort. And there's been a decent bit of occasions where I'll look in my notifications on YouTube, and there's like these smaller channels that do corruption videos, and I'm mentioned as a source of inspiration. And honestly, for as long as I am away from this scene, whatever, I'm always going to be observing it, always going to be engaging with those figures in the scene that I've enjoyed watching since before I even started doing them. The people that I have interacted with during my time in this scene, things of that nature. But, yeah, I don't know. It's really weird, just knowing that I've had that impact. And again, for this being kind of a weird hobby thing that turned into a weird, like, just, I don't know. It's always felt I've always wanted what I do here to feel like a hobby, and I think I've made some mistakes in how I view this channel and the things that I do along the way. And I think part of it has had a lot to do with growing up, maturity. I wasn't as mature as I am now. And I don't know. It's part of life, especially since, again, you guys have kind of witnessed, when Me Channel Corruptions blew up, I was like 14. So, like, yeah, I don't know. It was like a very overwhelming feeling. It was a lot to deal with. But I'm just kind of here, and I look back on everything now, and it's, again, I realize everything's sort of a weird, like, diary of the past 9 years of my life. And that's why, of course, again, I'm probably going to be just privating the video, so even if you guys can't see them, of course, I'm going to keep my ability to be able to see these memories, see these things of this nature. But, I just want to be able to move on to the new journeys of whatever I happen to do, because I know kind of the content creation stuff I want to do, and it's exciting. I think a big part of what made me convinced that I want to start making moves towards the stuff I want to do. It was recently, and I've announced this sometimes in the Discord server, but I'll go on Twitch streams on my friends' Twitch channels, and recently I went on a group of friends' streams for Lethal Company. Great game, by the way. You guys probably saw I uploaded a video about it. My friend Faceless. Great stuff. That game is awesome, dude. If you haven't played Lethal Company, please, dude. Lethal Company is so fun. And I was just on stream, and we were on that stream for like 5 or 6 hours, man, and it was just, I wasn't directly streaming, but witnessing that I had friends that were streaming this whole process, seeing their setup and how they set up their Twitch stuff, and they just seem like they're having a lot of fun. And I don't think it's to say that I wouldn't have fun here, but a lot of my friends, they're really kind of, they're smaller streamers and everything. And I kind of want that vibe of just having that fresh start again, because I feel like I'm in a weird, like, new era of my life. But, it's been a while since I've seen your videos, but I want to let you know, no matter what, I'll always support you. Because I mean it wholeheartedly when I say you've made an amazing impact in my life. I appreciate that. I sometimes I wonder how I do that, at least with the content that I've done. It's just been goofing around. Oh, God. Goofing around with video games, messing them up, things of that nature, Google translating. I just, I've done all the weird stuff. But if it's been able to have an impact, man, like, I'm very happy that is a thing. Also, just want to say, while I'm seeing this, even though I am going to be moving over to Twitch, props to YouTube for actually kind of starting to finally implement a proper, like, system of ads and stuff, because now YouTube even notifies you when ads are going to run for you guys, which, by the way, it's in 15 seconds, so I'm just gonna let you guys know that. I'm actually going to skip them. No, I'm going to skip them. I want this stream to be more about, hopefully you guys don't still get them, but I want this stream to be a bit more about talking about what we're going to be doing and things of that nature. So again, the outlets that I'm looking towards right now is either everything on this channel is going to exist in the way that it has. I'm just probably going to have a final announcement video saying that I'm moving over, but I won't be announcing it on anywhere except maybe Twitter, but not even that. And there may also be the other option, which was suggested, again, which is just privating everything we got now, really starting fresh, like this channel just gets a fresh restart. The people who aren't interested in what I'm looking to do, they'll unsub. You'll probably have some bad apples that'll be like, I wish you would do corruptions here and there. It's just, you make such a massive shift in content. That just happens. I used to get really butthurt about that. And part of that plays into the maturity stuff. But, you know, it's just the nature of how things are. People get used to the content that you make, and when you make a different style of content or a different type of content in general, it's going to not be their shtick potentially, and that's okay. That's okay. Again, I used to be very butthurt about that, but that's just reality, guys. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bizarre feeling. For any of you wondering, chat, my plan is to hopefully hop into the VTubing space. Of course, I'll probably be starting out on a very PNG tuber base, because I already have a pre-established OC, which, I think, if you've been in the Discord server, I think especially towards the beginning of the Discord server's lifetime, that OC it's been conceptualized. And of course, I think turning it into a full-fledged model, that's like, costs a lot of money. So PNG tubing route you start with. And, a lot of my friends are also doing the same thing. But the VTuber space in general, regardless of how you feel about it, I have a lot of friends who are just, really, there's just a nice space that exists within, that space. And I think, again, being a part of that would be nice, because I don't know if you guys have noticed. I mean, in the last few years, I don't really show my face anyways, so it pans out and everything. So that's my plans. But I'm like, I don't know. It's really exciting. But it's also bizarre sitting here and talking to you guys about it, because I know a majority of you guys will probably go off and venture off into your own stuff, because again, I mean, everything that I'm going to be doing is going to be just so drastically different. For some of you guys, it's just not going to be your jam, and that is more than acceptable. You guys have every right to indulge in the content you want to indulge in, and if I'm not providing that, hey, Killy Sun, by the way, great stuff. Vine Sauce is always there. Killy Sun, listen, if you need personal corruption channel recommendations, I'd recommend quite a few, but the one I can think of off the top of my head, bro, Killy Sun's stuff has been great recently. Absolutely great stuff. But yeah, I don't know. But again, I also just appreciate all of you guys that I've been able to have an impact on, because again, I've just been kind of farting around, doing my thing, and just goofing. That's been the whole shtick of my channel, and the thing is, it just gained a following. That was kind of the thing. And, it didn't really hit me until I took a short hiatus back at the end of 2021, where I was just like, yeah, this is, there's bigger things I want to do. But I mean, the reason that I think initiating this change has been so hard is because I love and appreciate you guys. You guys are great, and I appreciate you guys, the community, a lot. It's being able to pretty consistently, of course, I know the last 2 years, iffy, but being able to pretty consistently just have this community that I can post videos and people just enjoy, whether it's only a few people, 1,000 people, whatever. It's kind of crazy, especially since I was just kind of making random stuff. And I don't know. It's going to be exciting jumping back over to a new kind of adventure and kind of really indulging in the hobby. If things get bigger, whatever, in the social media space that I'm going towards, hey, that's great. But I think it's best for me to go into it with the mindset that, imagine you're just small forever. Just enjoy throwing stuff out there, having goofs and laughs with friends, that sort of thing. It's yeah, I don't know. It's really cool stuff. Also, if any of you guys are wondering what I will actually be streaming, since I've kind of emphasized a bit on what my streaming thing's gonna be with like VTubing and stuff. But you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna be doing is still gonna be traditional gaming stuff. Probably play some Isaac. Other games of the sorts. I guess if I make the move soon, I'll probably end up playing some Lethal Company. But you know, if I could squeeze in some Lethal Company anyways, regardless of when I make the move, that would be swell. That would be, oh, it'd just be giddy. That'd be great. But yeah, there's like a lot of the games that I'll be playing. If you guys have seen what I do, you know, and the games that I play over when I stream here, it's not too much different, I'd imagine. There's probably going to be some wider variety of stuff that I'm looking to go towards, but in the grand scheme of things, right? I'm probably going to be doing a whole lot of just like, you know, your Isaacs, other roguelikes, things of that sort, Lethal Company, just, you know, fun stuff, man. I do know a big part of the stuff I want to do, especially starting out. I just want to hang with friends, man. I want to do a lot of that stuff, especially a lot of the streamer friends. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a real good time, and I'm very excited about it. Trying to think. Oh, I will also say I'm gonna be very big as well on like, because Twitch has a section where this streamer recommends these streamers. It's like a whole thing. I think I've lightly gotten stuff set up, but it's more as a viewer than anything, since I haven't once streamed on Twitch yet. But, you know, I'll probably be throwing around the recommendations for my friends, you know. But, you know, my partner has a Twitch channel. She hasn't, like, streamed on it much. Maybe she will potentially when I join. Who knows? But she's got a job along the side. But I'd like to stream with her at some point, so she'll probably be thrown into those recommendations, things of that nature. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. If you guys do want to know, by the way, what I'm likely going to be doing in the meantime, while I'm in this kind of down period of just figuring out what I want to do and getting stuff situated, I'll probably just upload random stuff here, like I have been doing. It's just once I get everything figured out, get everything I want to do set up, that's when the changes will take place. And I can't give any estimated date on when, but just know I think the first step to that whole thing is going to be archiving what is currently on the Discord. So any of you who are on there and, you know, maybe you've made a lot of memories, I recognize some of you from chat who I know have been in the Discord for a while. People like you are going to be the reason that I am archiving and not deleting. I originally had the idea of deleting stuff, but when someone brought up the concept of archiving for memory's sake, I'm like, there's a lot of people I've met here, and if a lot of you guys who happen to stay in the Discord, the archive Discord server, which I know a good amount of you probably won't, but for any of you who do, you still got each other, you got the memories to look back on, everything of that sort. I just want to make this transition as easy as possible, is kind of the big point that I want to get across, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, I didn't really have much in mind other than really talking about this stuff, chat, but I did just want to say, because even though I have been very consistently just talking about my stream of thoughts that I got going on, I want it to be known that I see all you guys. I see all those messages. I am reading. I can read and talk at the same time. It can happen. And I just want to let you guys know you guys are amazing. And all of this wave of support that I am seeing is more than welcome. And I'm very appreciative of it. Thank you guys so much for being as supportive as you have. because again, none of this is easy. It's like I'm really awkwardly staring into a part of saying goodbye to, I guess, the last 9 years of my life and archiving it more for the sake of looking back on it for myself. And that's I don't know. It's a bizarre feeling, but you know, I think I've clinged a little too much to, oh, this is my little channel and everything, when in reality it's like I know I don't have much more that I'd want to do here, and I have new ventures that match a bit more of me now that I want to go towards. And I think going as long as I did, 8 or 9 years, it's going to be 9 in February. So maybe it'll make it to 9. Who knows? Unless if I make the move by then, which could happen. I don't know. But even then, 8 years, big deal, man. Big deal. So, yeah. I'm probably going to hop up on out of here, chat. I don't think this is going to be like the last stream. I'll probably have like a big final stream talking about stuff, maybe alongside the release of, the video talking about the departure, the rebranding, things of that nature. But, for now, this is my big thing, talking about, hey, changes are finally starting to happen. And so, of course, it'll all get figured out in due time. But, yeah, without further ado, chat, I'm going to hop up on out of here. I love you guys to death. Thank you guys so much again for every little bit of support that you guys have always given me. It means a lot more than you may know. And I can't express my gratitude enough for such a thing. So, yeah. Thank you guys again. I love you all to death. And, yeah. I'm going to hop up on out of here. So yeah. Where's my OBS? Oh, I found it. Look at this sick ending soon screen. Chilly. She's in her vibe, dude. Anyways, I'm out of here, chat. I'm a skedaddle on out of here. Bye bye, guys.